Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let me do that. Oh, shit. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, guys. Yeah, hey, it's Steve again. I just popped my light off. I don't know if anybody saw that or not. My dog's got the light bulb now. Go on, Smoke. Hey, guys, I wanted to share with you some letters that I received today from the Angelina County Jail. These are defendants that have reached out and have asked for help, and they just can't seem to get it. Yesterday, I wrote a letter to Judge Inselman explaining to this dilemma and explaining exactly these cases and how it's a breach of civil rights. And also, it's just a travesty. These guys cannot get legal representation, and they cannot get. I broke that, so I'm going wrong. Good. Anyway, I'm going to have a flashlight here so I can read some of this to you. But anyway, I'm on a power outage, I guess. Anyway, these letters are coming from each individual. The stories are basically the same, but there are names, and I will give it to you all the names after, so we can start sharing this video to whoever needs to see this. But I'll start by going through individually, telling you the stories on these cases and telling you what has transpired and how they've been treated since they're in jail, for you to make up your own decisions. And so you can actually hear each individual's case, because there's more than one. Mr. James, Cecil James Hicks, inmate number 81984. Sidney Hill is his caseworker. He writes, "To whom it may concern. This letter is written on behalf of Cecil James Hicks, 8184, an inmate confined inside Angelina County Jail for a year. He has only been to court one time in the year. He has been confined. He is a patient of Burke Mental Hospital, and he is a patient of, and Sidney Hill is his caseworker. We have witnessed him repeatedly trying to contact his court-appointed attorney and the courts to try and get an update on his status, to no avail. We are requesting that the Burke Center be notified, along with the courts and his attorney, to provide Mr. Hicks some relief." Basically, Mr. Hicks is mentally disabled. He's getting treatment at the Burke Center. The Burke Center is for addiction and for mental health cases or whatever. He has a caseworker, which is Sidney Hill. As is apparent, this time he's been in jail over a year. He has only been to court one time. And his attorney, his assigned attorney, he has not had representation. No attorney has contacted him on his case for a year. He's asking for relief. He's asking for our help. He's asking for us to actually get in contact with the Burke Center so we can actually get him some help, get him back on his medications, whatever he needs to do to continue in his process of his addiction, and also getting him well to function outside of the jail system. However, the fact is that he has not been awarded a speedy trial. He's actually asked for a speedy trial. He has asked to speak to his attorney. He has never met with his attorney. And this is as I go on, you'll see that this is basically what these individuals are saying. I'm going to provide copies. These are handwritten. These are handwritten by the inmates themselves. Okay, so they're handwritten in my lighting problem. I'm sorry, but these are handwritten by the inmates themselves, and they actually put them all in and mailed them to me, hoping that I could get the word out so we could get answers, representation, whatever we can get for these individuals. Clinton Polk, 36791 is his inmate number. His caseworker is Sidney Hill. To whom it may concern, this letter is written on behalf of Clinton Polk, number 36791. He is an inmate confined inside county jail, and charges are filed on 1/25/21. His attorney, John Reeves, unfortunately passed away before he could resolve the charges filed against Mr. Polk, causing Polk to miss his court date and be arrested for failure to appear to Polk has been incarcerated for over 11 months, awaiting to be seen by the courts and/or representation to be assigned by the courts. Clinton Polk is a patient of the Burke Center, and he has been trying to get transferred to the care or at least be seen by his caseworker. The courts, however, have denied his attorney, Jessica Gillespie, any access to courts for any of her motions or to be heard on behalf of Clinton Polk. This letter is to serve notice to the Burke Center and courts that Clinton Polk needs to access the courts and treatment from the Burke Center. Please, and thank you. P.S. Mrs. Hill, I Clinton Polk, give Jessica Gillespie 936-639-5585 total access to any and all my records that she may need for court proceedings. In other words, there's two individuals here who were patients of the Burke Center, and these individuals were arrested. And now they're not even allowed their caseworkers to come in and talk to them and see how they are, see what their conditions are. In other words, there is no welfare checks on these individuals by their patients of a Burke Center, which is a mental health addiction center, and they're not allowing them in to contact these individuals, nor are they allowed to be appeared in court. Greetings, everyone. The defendant, William Walker, has asked for months for all documents and letters that the Angelina County District Clerk and Angelina County District Courts have to turn to cause. Case number 2022-0666, in order for the defense to prepare for a fair trial. The defendant has made these requests known and is on record with the court whenever this defendant is allowed the very brief opportunity to appear and speak. Again, with this speedy trial motion being filed, motion for the second and third time, the defendant is requesting that the district attorney provide all of the discovery evidence, including pictures and photos, that the district attorney also provides a witness list so that the defendant will not waste the county's resources, calling or subpoenaing the same witnesses. Furthermore, it will stop the tactics of the court and the DA being posed on the defendant, who has been ready for trial since his unlawful arrest on August 9, 2022. The court and DA have had over 330 plus days to prepare to take case number 2022-0666 to trial, while the defendant has been unlawfully imprisoned inside Angelina County Jail, being denied a lawful PR bond and bond reductions that would ensure his release until the courts and DA are ready to proceed with trial. Respectfully submitted, Mr. William Walker. Next one. This is Miss Amy Fincher. Oh, okay. Angelina County's clerk. Enclosed, this is a letter that he has written. Or Mr. Who is this? Oh, it's Mr. Walker again. He's providing us, dear Miss Amy Fincher, Angelina County Courts enclosed. You will find the document number 2019-00384246 that has to do with the real property owned by Mr. Walker. William Walker is requesting all sales records, transfer deeds concerning the real property listed on his Oakwood Hollow home in Diboll, Texas, and in particular the sale of this address, which happened on March 3rd, 2020, after the illegal foreclosure papers were signed by Judge Paul E. White on January 24th, 2020 at 7:44 p.m., which after business hours and the 159th District Court of Angelina County and Angelina County District Clerk's Office. The owner, William Walker, is also requesting deed transfer information dated on 6/18/2020. And Mr. Will, he's the owner of this property. Basically, what he's trying to say is he's actually requested this documentation from Miss Amy Fincher at the county clerk of Angelina County, and he has got no response. Greetings, Everyone. These are the names of the paperwork with other two letters are evidence for future reference. If you need them to use them, they will just be picked up. Pick up. They just pick up Cecil Hicks today, but nobody knows where he went. If I send you copies of the same papers, please disregard my errors because jail officials are not trying to cooperate. It is not to be the best situation trying to get things done. Anyway, we're going to make it happen. Thanks for your help. Hopefully, I will be hitting the ground soon. I've been ready for trial because I have not committed any other crimes. Address to the court. Post Office Box 1845, Lufkin, Texas 75902. County Clerk, Post Office Box 908-75902-0908. Angelina County elected officials, employees of said county acting in their individual and otherwise official capacity. The Angelina Court Jail is not overcrowded because there are more criminals or crimes being committed. The Angelina County Jail is overbooked because of the malicious and sadistic manipulation of the Angelina County judicial system. That being said, the district attorney and judge, along with those who do not follow state law, when setting bails, Senate Bill 6 mandates steps that must be followed by all persons that are authorized to use said bail. Those steps are not being left to the discretion of the individual setting bail. These are the individuals who have been incarcerated and are still awaiting trial and or representation, and also bail hearings or their initial hearing, either with the court or with a court-appointed attorney. These individuals are all low-income individuals. They do not have the means or necessary funding to hire an attorney and plus pay bail. So they are stuck in the mix because the fact is that the court will not move on these items. Here are the individuals' names, one by one. So this will give you an amount of the individuals who are going through the same particular type of problem. Abel Lopez, Tyler Lopez, Devonshire Thomas, Zacharias Albro, William Walker, Clinton Polk, Manny Moore, Cameron Edwards, Noel Price, Akeem Hertz, Dre Price, and Cecil J. Hicks. This is including Mr. Walker's case as well. I just said Mr. Walker. Now, these letters were requested by me because the fact is that I have been in contact with these individuals because the fact is that I know for a fact that they are not getting represented in court. I know for a fact that there's no attorneys talking to them. I know that, in fact, there's nothing being done to move these cases along through our court system. This is proof. There are more letters going to be coming to me from these individuals that are actually in jail and have been there and sitting. They have not been charged with the crime. They're innocent until proven guilty, and they can't get anything done through the Angelina County justice system. As of now, the Angelina County Sheriff's Department, they do not allow or they interrupt mail being held from these individuals to the loved ones, also to myself or any other legal entity that they can actually request relief. They're not getting the word out to people because no one knows they're there. They're not on the docket. If they appear on the docket one day, the next day it's canceled. So in other words, it appears they're on the docket for today, but the next day court is canceled. So then they got to set another date, which keeps going on and on and on and on. We have individuals that have been there 2 to 5 years in our Angelina County jail system and have not seen trial. I think you know as I do, I don't question anybody's intelligence, but I think I'll speak for everybody because a county jail is not a prison. It's not designed to be a prison. It is not. It is a place to go while the court proceedings for the individuals can actually be underfoot. When their court case is called, then they can go to court. Bail is not allowed for these individuals. Bail is not authorized. Mr. Tyler Lopez's case, he went to court by mishandling of the case. He had been in jail for almost 3 years, and he actually pled guilty. The defense attorney said, "Okay, if you plead guilty to these two, we'll let you off with time served." He said, "Okay," and they're going to reduce bail. So now he can make bail. The reason why making bail was important to him was because the fact is this way he could pursue his own attorney without any cooperation from the courts or whatever. He was going to actually try to work on getting. He had one more case that they actually dropped on him. Then they raised his bail to $80,000. So he pled guilty to these crimes, got time served. Then they rearrested him and put him back in jail for another crime. He's been in jail for 3 years. He didn't commit a crime. You've had him in there. How can he commit a crime if he's been out of jail? I mean, he's been in jail. It boggles my mind. Now, there are those out there that I've reached out to, and I've reached out to everyone. And all I ask you to do is to share this video, because the fact is this is the only way we're going to get things done through our court system. I have written today. I have written Judge Inselman to plead with him to please check his docket. Please check this docket, because this is the ongoing problem and it's festering. Because the fact is that we wanted, our commissioner's response was, okay, let's build a bigger jail. Okay, let's build a bigger jail so we can hold more people in jail before, and don't let them go to trial. The county jail is not designed, it is not set up to hold prisoners for a long period, for extended stay. This is what we have the TDC for. This is why we have state jails. This is why we have all these other jails. Not to mention these facts that have been denied due process of law, and by them actually occupying beds inside of our county jail, we're overcrowded. So now, guess what? These individuals that are actually being charged with crimes that they've done here recently, they have to let them go. Or they set bail for them too high, so now they end up in jail and it's overcrowded. The mentality boggles my mind how people can actually make sense of this. Judge Inselman actually went before the commissioner's court and asked them, said, hey, we need to renovate our courtroom. We need to renovate, make it up to date, make it all pretty, whatever, like other counties do or whatever. Well, no. I hope our commissioners say no, not until you get your shit in order. Not until you can guarantee me that these individuals that are going to county jail right now are actually going to actually have a place to go to court, as is per our Constitution. We have violated so many civil rights in this particular case. And there are these individuals that are actually trying to file civil suits, but the documentation that they actually need will not be provided for them. They have no access to the courts. They have no access to a public library. They have no access to a law library. They're stuck in limbo because the fact is that their assigned attorneys will not contact them, not move the case forward. The district attorney keeps continuing a case, which is against the law. There's the Barker test, which you have to utilize for them to actually continue a case. In 2 years, you think that a DA could properly prepare a case. Who are we trying here? The Rosenbergs? And this is not Nuremberg. This has become ridiculous to the point to where we know we have road situations or whatever. I posted yesterday the graph of the roads, but I went through and I looked through it by precinct number 3, where Terry Pitts works. Every road on there is in very poor condition. Yet we spend $300,000 on our road conditions and asphalt, and it's not being applied to our asphalt. And it shows in the report that says every road in precinct 3 is very poor. There's good, fair, poor, and then very poor. You see where we're at on this level or whatever? That is being addressed by other individuals because more individuals believe that the road situation is more important to the well-being of a county. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but your county, your court system, your DA, the commissioner's court, everybody is breaking constitutional. They're breaking constitutional laws and regulations that the United States of America was supposed to form. I don't care if you think you're from Angelina County and we're different. We're not. We still apply the Texas Constitution and the United States Constitution. I challenge everyone, and I'll be linking it in my Facebook page. I challenge everyone to call every swinging PP and ask what's going on with these cases that I've just named out. Or just ask a simple question. Why does it take the DA 2 years to bring a case before trial? We're running into a statute of limitations problem because the fact is that at most misdemeanors, felonies is 3 to 5 years. But see here, the reason why we have statute of limitations is because the fact is a fair trial cannot be administered. Why? Because witnesses, they move on. Evidence, it changes. Evidence deteriorates, gets old. So you have to bring the case within 2 years to actually have a case. If you don't have a case within 2 or 3 years, you got to let it go. You just can't put people in jail and hold them forever and deny them access to the courts, to the law library, an attorney. At what point does somebody start asking questions? These are the individuals that we know about that have been in for a year or 2 years that haven't even been contacted by a defense attorney. Imagine if that was you or your loved one. Most of us in Angelina, well, we'd have bailed them out. What if you don't have the means to bail somebody out? What if you go and you're charged with a crime? Innocent, guilty, it doesn't make no difference. But you go before the judge and they set a bail amount at $500,000. You got to make that bail because the fact is, guess what? You got to go to work the next morning. These individuals all had jobs or they were in treatment. They were in treatment by a mental facility, a drug addiction facility. Where's the Burke Center checking on these patients? At what point does Angelina County say, enough's enough? You can't. And I don't see how these people sleep at night. You cannot be this type of person and expect to lead people and make decisions for a whole county. These are the people we voted for. These are the people that we put in office who are conducting this business. Whose fault is it? It's ours, because the fact is that we are allowing these travesties to happen and not saying anything and not calling these people and finding out what the hell's going on. It's duly noted whenever you go to commissioners' meetings. They'll tell you, oh, it's on our website. It's on our website. I looked at our website. Every document that they have on record is dated from 2018 to 2022. There was only one report that was actually kept up with. If you look at the civil cases, criminal cases, other cases, they haven't been updated since 2018. Who knows who's in our jail? We requested on the day after Mr. Smallwood had died in our county jail or en route to the hospital from our county jail. We asked for the individuals who were on duty that night. We asked for logbooks. We asked for us to be able to look at this documentation, but it's under investigation by the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers, the ones who are responsible for all these bullshit and allegations, all this claims going up to the Texas Rangers. And there's nothing to investigate here. I got proof there's something to investigate here. Whose job is it to investigate? When you got people laying up in jail and they don't have the proper civil rights bestowed to them. We held individuals in Abu Ghraib for years because they were terrorists. These are not terrorists. At least give them the opportunity to be heard, to be judged. I am upset about this for one and one reason only. Is because of the sheer arrogance of our elite personnel and people that are elected to our office to turn their heads and say it's not going on, it's not happening in my county. And please tell me the last time you actually had an elected official address the people, to tell them what was going on, to address them these matters that are actually burning within everybody. Imagine the loved ones and the families of these members and family members. They can only see their loved ones twice a week. That's it. And there's only so many attorneys that will actually go up and take a case against Angelina County. Why? Because they're all part of one big club. How does a misdemeanor that happened a year ago get heard before all of these felony cases? Is it politically motivated? You think? As I've asked many of individuals or whatever, if you want to ask me questions or whatever, I've got it, because I thought that I had done all I could do to help with making this matter known to individuals, and hoping that it would pick up the case and just ask the questions, share the video, because it pertains to a good majority of Angelina County residents to know that this is going on. You're putting a man in jail for 2 years, and he never gets to go to trial. He never gets to meet with an attorney. He can only meet with his family twice a week for 30 minutes. How much shit can you get done in 30 minutes? And not one of these individuals has sat down across from their attorney and prepared a defense to go to court with. So who do we complain to? Who do we complain to? What do we do to alert the bells that, hey, this is a serious problem? You're actually breaking the laws of the land, and you're breaking this very Constitution that I defended. The Sixth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, they just trample all over it. They don't even believe. I don't even think their amendments goes up to that. I think they just have their one. They only have one: free speech and 2A, gun rights. Everything else, I don't give a shit about. So only thing I ask from you guys is this: just share this video. Share this video with everybody that you can, because the fact is that if you don't like me, you don't like the video or whatever, at least think about these individuals who are sitting in jail. And there's more than this. These are just the ones who had paper to write. I don't know if you know about this, but whenever you get a piece of paper, you get an indigent, which you get 2 pieces of paper, and you get some envelopes. Everything else you got to buy from the commissary. These people don't even get commissary because the fact is that, you know what? They don't have any money. Their families are dry. They are being set up to fail, and they're actually being denied medical attention. The arrogance of Angelina County is appalling. And this has got to be shared out so other people know. Maybe other people can actually help us. Maybe other people can keep this from happening from their hometown or whatever. But I swear, I would not wish this type of treatment on my worst enemy. We treated the Taliban better than this shit. And they were shooting back at us. We'd catch them, we'd take them off the pole truck. I'd give them a meal, give them water, free meal. I'd take them to the pole truck. They got free 3 hots in a cot waiting for their trial. And they got tried faster than you can in the United States of America in Angelina County. So please, just share this. Make comments. Ask questions of people here in Angelina County who can tell you these stories, who can tell you what's actually going on here. Write, call, whatever. Ask these people who are in charge what is going on here. I guarantee you they won't want to talk to you. I guarantee you they'll put you on hold. The Iliad system, which is a system that was approved by the state to where individuals, say for example, you wanted to go to court and you wanted to represent yourself, you had access to the Iliad system to be able to see what motions were filed, when your court date was, all these things, what evidence was presented, to get to file the whole case. But guess what? We can't do that. Why? Because the district attorney will not allow you access to that site. The reason why? Oh, that's because our attorneys are talking back and forth. We don't want y'all to hear what you got to say. What we got to say. So we can't be involved in a conversation between the district attorney and our attorney. Stinks very much bad here, man. And I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do. Civil lawsuits. You can't file a civil lawsuit unless you're one of the injured parties. The injured parties are in there in jail. They need to file lawsuits. They want to file lawsuits, but they can't get the forms to do so. Any forms that I sent in, I have to mark legal mail, and it may or may not get there. They may get one piece of paper, but the other rest, their mail's not being delivered to them. So that's all I got to say. And this keeps going on, and it just keeps getting worse. And we need help here. We need help. We need help to deal with these guys, because the fact is that our whole county is going down the tubes, and from our roads to our infrastructure to our jail system to our legal system to our justice system to our cops, you name it, it's happened here. What do it take for Trent Ashby to look at this video? What does it take for somebody who's in charge to actually call and ask these people what the hell's going on down here? And tell me what's really going on down here. And why won't somebody speak out? I'll tell you why. Because they're afraid they're going to be next. They're afraid they're going to be next, that they pick on, that they follow, that they harass, they gaslight, haul them in on trumped up charges. So they put them in jail for years. And forget about it. That's why. Our justice system, our sheriff's department, our justice system, our commissioner's court, every elected official that we have in Angelina County is holding people ransom, because the fact is that, you know what, you don't agree with what we're doing, you speak up, you ask questions, you ask why, we're going to deal with you. What do they call it down here? We're going to run you out of town. People ask me, if it's that bad, man, why don't you just leave? Leave. I can't. Because unlike people here, I have been trained to fight for something I believe in. When there's a wrong, I feel like I should be the first one, or be part of the group that fixes it. I'm not one to run and hide behind somebody. I'm not asking somebody to fight in my stead. I'm just asking you people, give me the bullets, give me the ammo so I can go do the footwork. Just give me the ammo. Tell me what I need to do. How do I address this? How do I address this problem? Because the fact is, it's getting worse. Please let me know, because I have to lay down at night, knowing these guys didn't even get a fair shot. They didn't even get a fair trial. They didn't get proper. This is not who we are. This is not what our country's about. This is not what we do. And I got to lay my head down not knowing that we've got a county that's actually committing crimes and misdemeanors against the very principles that I fought for. It's a damn shame. Please, guys, if I beg you, I'm going to broadcast this to everybody that I can. I'm not lying, guys. I have nothing to lie about. It's there, and I can show you any documentation that you need. But we need help down here. I need some help where to go. I need an attorney. I need somebody that I can talk to and they can recognize what's going on here. I need an attorney from out of state, out of Angelina County to come in and clean this mess up. If you live in Angelina County, please be advised. You're not the first one. We have multiple lawsuits in waiting that have been filed by individuals. And you're going to wake up one day and you say, well, where are all these lawsuits come from? How come we got another lawsuit? This is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why. Please, guys, like, share, hate, whatever you got to do, but get the word out because we definitely need somebody. We need somebody to step in and grab the bull by his horns and just show us what we need to do because this is. I've heard stories about other towns, and this is one of the worst stories that I've ever heard about a town. You guys be good, be careful. I'm sorry if I got too emotional. You guys don't like me. I don't care. Because the fact is that I can't stand by and watch this kind of thing happen to another individual and not say something. Good night. Keep powder dry.